right, two-step inequalities have the exact same rules as the one-step inequalities, except for you're going to have an extra step. Remember, and I know we've already written this down, but write it down again. You flip the inequality if you divide or multiply by a negative. I can't express to you how important that is. You have to tell yourself after every single step, okay, what did I just multiply? What did I just divide? What did I add? What did I subtract? I'm just going to give you a couple examples and then a couple practice problems, and you're good to go. All right, example number 1. X over 2 plus 8 is greater than 4. Okay? I find my variable. There it is. I cover up anything touching my variable, which would be the x and the 2, which means I'm left with a positive 8, so I subtract 8. Draw my line, I stop. Did I divide or multiply by a negative? No. So I immediately keep my inequality. Drop down my x over 2. 4 minus 8 is a negative 4. All right, the opposite of dividing by 2 is multiplying by 2. I draw my line, I stop. Did I divide or multiply by a negative? No, so I keep my sign. Those cancel, bring down your x, negative 8, or negative 4 times 2 is negative 8. Now I go ahead and I graph it. 0, 4, 8, negative 4, negative 8. Okay, I have an open circle, and then I can follow the arrow because the variable's on the left. So I go this way. Remember, be dramatic about your shading. Example 2. Negative 4 is greater than or equal to x minus 3 all over negative 2. All right, remember, if we have all overs, we start by multiplying by the denominator. So I'm going to multiply both sides by negative 2. I draw my line. I stop. Did I divide or multiply by a negative? Yes, I multiply by negative 2. So I flip my inequality. Those cancel. I bring down my x minus 3. Negative 2 times a negative 4 is a positive 8. And then the opposite of subtracting is adding. I draw my line. I stop. Did I add or multiply? Sorry guys. Did I multiply or divide by a negative? No. So I keep my sign. Drop down your x. 8 plus 3 is 11. All right. I always want my variable on the left. So I'm going to go ahead and say x, 11. All right. The alligator's eating the x, so the alligator wants to eat the x over here. Now I can graph. 0, 11, 22, negative 11, negative 22. All right, I go to 11. It's a closed circle. And now that my variable's on the left, I can follow this arrow. Okay? And last one, and then I'll give you your practice problems. Negative 10 is less than 8 minus 2x. Okay. There's my variable. I cover up everything touching it. I'm left with 8, so I subtract 8. Draw my line. I stop. Did I multiply or divide by a negative? No. So I keep my inequality. Those cancel. Negative 10 minus 8 is negative 18. Drop down your negative 2x. The opposite of multiplying by negative 2 is dividing by negative 2. I draw my line. I stop. Did I divide or multiply by a negative? Yes. So I flip my sign. Negative, negative is a positive. 18 divided by 2 is 9. I want my variable on the left, so I go ahead and flip it. Over here, the alligator's eating the 9, so I want the alligator eating the 9 over there as well. All right, 0, 9, 18, negative 9, negative 18. I go to 9. It's an open circle, and then the variable's on the left over here, so I follow this arrow. All right? Once again, it's the exact same thing, just now you have 2 steps instead of 1. Here are your practice problems. You are going to solve and graph all of them. 1, 2x minus 8 is greater than negative 16. 2, x over 4, sorry, negative 4, plus 1 is less than or equal to 2. 3, x minus a negative 2 all over 6 is less than negative 4. 2 more. 4 is 8 is less than or equal to 7 minus x. And number 5. Negative 10 is greater than or equal to let's do sorry guys, x over 2 minus 6. How about that? All right, have those ready.